Hello and welcome to this week's Yarn Chat. My name is Nicole and I'm the brains and the beauty behind Yarn Craft by Nicole. And today I have 2 finished objects, 2 whips, and no new yarn purchases. I am wearing my garden trellis tee. I've made this twice. This is the one that I made for the Kelly Clarkson concert and it was so much fun to wear for that. I used LaRue cotton in dark and stormy and then a dark blue that I do not remember the name of, but I did kind of like, you can see it on this sleeve, like a little fade at the bottom hem and then on the sleeves, and I really like the way it came out. The original pattern does not have any sort of fade or striping, but it is by Haley Handcrafted. Her patterns are pretty much all recipe style, so I made mine with fingering weight, which is what the pattern calls for, but you could totally do DK, worsted, sport, whatever your choice is. And I really like it. And I like the cotton in this. I've made this before when I tested it for her, and I did longer sleeves in sort of a cropped, thought I might have it with me down here, but I don't. And I like it, but I did make the neck too wide, and I found that I just didn't wear the cropped version as much. So I'll probably be figuring out something else to do with that one, but I really like it. Big fan. Ravelry pages linked below. Okay, so we leave for ComicCon we leave for California in a week from today when I'm recording this. And that means 2 things. 1, I need to finish projects for that. And 2, there will not be a podcast in 2 weeks. There will be one in 3 weeks. So let me show you my finished object that I made for Melody. It's a little Mayday hat. Look how cute it is. My husband is going to be Peter B. Parker from Across the Spider-Verse. And if you've seen it, you know that his daughter wears a little hat like this. And so I made one. I did not use a pattern. I did not write a pattern. There are patterns out there. But I did mine. It's all extended single crochet until you get to the ear flaps, and then I think I did some doubles and some triples, and then I did surface crochet for the webs. I haven't decided because the eyes bulge a little bit. I used a slightly thicker yarn for the white than I did for the black, so I don't know if I want to like add a couple stitches to like help them lay flat, or if I like that they bulge out a little bit. Haven't decided. But then around the bottom I did 1 row of single crochet, 1 row of reverse single crochet. I did the eyes as appliques, braided the 2 sides, and it's so cute. I know that we will take lots of pictures, and I will try to have a blog post up for that, but I'll also, like, there'll be pictures on Instagram, and I can't wait. It's so cute. I love it. I just used yarn that I already had in stash. I did buy 1 skein of the red from Michaels. It's their Loops and Threads yarn, acrylic yarn, and that's just because I had not quite enough red at the house. But yeah, really like it. Very proud of it. It's gonna be too cute. And I made it a little bit bigger. I mean, she does have a big head, but I did make it a little bit bigger than she would wear. Because Vaughn wanted it to be able to like go over her eyes like it does in the movie when Peter's about to take her in a place where she's not supposed to see what's going on. But I love it. That is my first finished object. My other finished object I actually wore yesterday, both to take pictures in it and just for fun, and that is the Odette Tank. Because I wore it yesterday, it's got a couple of strings and random things on it. This is the Odette Tank, which I was pretty close on last week, I feel like, or at least I had joined in the round, I think. This is currently in testing from I Love Tinderbox, Courtney, and should be releasing later this summer. I really like it. It fits great. I love the construction of it. If I were to make it again, because I made this one in mercerized cotton, might make the next one in a wool or maybe a wool blend, just so it has a little bit more stretch, and maybe go down a size, or maybe just add some waist shaping. But I do really like it. I love the color. I used Anne by Circulo for the yarn, which is a fingering weight cotton, and I really like it. So look out for the pattern for this later this summer from Courtney. And then I've got 2 whips. We're gonna have a pretty short podcast today. One whip you saw last week, which goes along with our Comic-Con theme, and it is in my Disney Villains bag, and that is the Barbie Cardi. And now that I am pulling it out, I realize the other half must still be downstairs. So I have half of it done. I'm using Hobie's Twister Solid, just a Hexi cardigan using a size C hook, and really loving the way it worked up. I was going to show you on the other one, but I'll just show you on this. So with the Hexi cardigan, you fold it to make sleeves. One side is done. I did 29 rounds, and then I added 6 just on one side, 6 rows, so that I can have like a back piece in between. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do just granny squares in between, but I really like the way that this looks, and I didn't really want to interrupt that. So I did 6 rows of that, and then I did a row of single crochet in black all the way around, just so it'll be easier to seam together. This is for my outfit for Comic-Con. I'm going to be Barbie, and I felt like this was very, very Barbie appropriate. I have everything I need now. I have Barbie earrings coming in the mail. I got a headband because my mom was like, you should do a bow or a hairband for Barbie. And I'm like, I should. I don't know why I didn't think about that. And then I have pink heels, which are very cute, but they're also like thick, chunky heels. They're not stilettos, but they do look like Barbie, and they should be comfortable enough for me to wear. And then I found pink pants at TJ Maxx last week, and so I'm set. So as soon as the earrings come in, I'll have everything I need and finish this, which I hope to finish this. I mean, I have to finish this before we go, but I'm hoping to finish this within the next couple of days, because I'm on round 23 of 29 right now. Big fan. I will say with this yarn, one in the cake still, Hobie Twister Solid, I like it. One of the things that Hobie does is they give you a nice center pull tab. For this yarn, I would not recommend using the center pull tab. I am usually a center pull girly, all about it, but when I get close to the end, it got crazy tangled in both of the skeins that I used on the first side, and there was just a lot of snipping and like tying off sections of it and rewinding it. It was a pain. So for this yarn, it's pretty thin, and it's got, I don't know, 4 plies of acrylic and cotton, and it just like tangled real bad. So I suggest winding it or pulling from the outside for this. That's what I'm doing for the second skeins, and it's working fine. The only other whip that I have, which, did I put it in here? Possible, is a pattern that I'm writing up based on a blanket that I've made and that my mom actually made too, a crazy wool blanket. They do not sell crazy wool anymore. It was a shepherd's wool product, but I'm using a zobber ball because those are easy to find, and it's actually working up pretty similar to the crazy wool. Like the texture and the weight, because I was a little afraid by using a fingering weight zobber ball that it was just going to feel really thin and not make a good blanket, but I think this is going to make a great blanket. So this is the first square. It's based on my fancy line stitch square. Just has a couple of different, it's going to have a couple of different tweaks to it that'll make it easier for seaming, but I really like it. I'm going to see how many squares. I think I like this size. This is my prototype. The ones for the blanket that I made are about, I don't know, maybe about that wide instead of this wide, but I knew that I wanted smaller squares, and I knew that I wanted to get at least 3 per zobber ball, but I bet I could get 4 if they were this size. But I'm a big fan. I like it. And then it'll be edged in West Yorkshire Thinners sock yarn, which is another easy one to find, and I think it's just gonna look great. So expect to see this probably this fall, after I finish both the project and writing it up. But it should be a fun, like, if you could do this with Spin Cycle, you could do this with, I feel like Barocco might have one that looks kind of like this. But I think it's fun. Or if you spin and you have some hand spun and you want to put it in a blanket, like, that would be pretty. Oh yeah, big fan. And that, my friends, I think is all I've got for you. Like I said, the only yarn I bought was one skein for the hat, which I already showed you. And with that, I will wrap it up with what I can't let go. And what I can't let go of is our first flight with our baby. We are leaving in a week from New York to California. We don't do anything small around here, so our first flight will be a very long flight. If you have any suggestions or advice for first time flying with a baby, let me know. She just turned 7 months old. She's a pretty happy girl. She does fine in the car. She does fine when we go new places, but this will just be a long time of not being able to do everything that she wants to do. So yeah, we're excited. We're gonna visit some friends while we're out there, do Comic-Con with our family, and it's gonna be a great time. And with that, I will see you in 3 weeks instead of 2. If you like this video, give it a like and make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.